Hi everyone, I'm Praveen, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at VIGNANA JYOTHI Institute of Engineering and Technology. I welcome you all for this first lecture in our series of cybersecurity. So today we are going to understand about the fundamental concepts in cybersecurity. So this can be termed as the introduction to the cybersecurity. So today we are going to understand about what's an attack and what is the source of exploitation. How can we understand that? Next, understanding about security. What is cyber security specifically? Next is what is the need of security? And next part is about the layers of security, what we have. And next is key areas of security. And the last but not least, we have the key cyber security terms, right? So let's get into the first concept about attack. So what's an attack? So here is the formal definition we have. That is any deliberate attempt by an attacker to gain unauthorized access, disrupt or damage, manipulate or steal data from a computer system or network or application or device, right? So it's a deliberate attempt, right? So this attack has three phases, right? So the first phase includes what? It's intentional, right? It's intentional. Next is gaining unauthorized access. And third part is after gaining unauthorized access, what he's trying to do. Okay. So what is his target? The target can be data theft. The target can be installing a malware, or target can be anything, right? So the target is very important here. So target is data theft or installing a software, right? So this is about an attack. Next, so what are the key elements of cyber security? So few minutes back we have understood about what is the target of an attack. So here is the target of an attack. So key elements of cyber security includes what? Attacker, target, vulnerability, and impact, right? So we have four key elements here. So what are the different terms or names relating to an attacker? We can call him as a hacker, cyber criminal, insider, or malicious program. Target: a system, network, website, IoT device, data, or user. Next is vulnerability. What is vulnerability? A weakness or software bug or weak password or misconfiguration, right? And last point, last factor is the impact. Includes what? Data loss or service downtime, financial loss, privacy breach, right? Next, source of exploitation. So for the attack to be reported, what is the prerequisite? The prerequisite is the vulnerability. So without understanding about the vulnerable sources, he cannot attack a system or a device or a server, etc. Right? So what is vulnerability here? Vulnerability is the weak point or flaw, error or gap where in technology, security environments, processes, people's knowledge, security measures, etc. Right? So in general, it is a weakness of an asset or a business process that exposes them to a higher risk of failure or enables an attacker's unauthorized access or attack. So this is about vulnerability. So, as a summary part, what we can understand about vulnerability: vulnerability is a weak point where it's becoming the prerequisite for the attack to be reported. Right. Next, why is it important to know your vulnerabilities? Suppose if I'm not understanding, or suppose if I'm not aware of my vulnerabilities, what are the consequences that can happen? Okay. So, first consequence can be weaken security and increase danger. A second consequence can be makes system or data more likely to stop working. It can cause software interruptions or service interruptions or breakdowns. Next is reduces reliability and stability. Next is hackers can use it as an entry point. Next is allows attackers to access systems without permission. And next is makes it easier to steal or damage or misuse data. Right? Next, how to name a vulnerability? So, do we have related names for a vulnerability based on situations? Yes, we have a vulnerability termed in different names in different situations. Okay, so first we can call it as missing or non-existent. Second, error in or wrong in, insufficient or incorrectly installed software. Right. So these terms can be used in different situations based on different purposes. Right. So, for example, missing non-existent or missing what? Missing security patch or what? Security updation. Non-existent security policy or security regulation, for example. Likewise, we have different names in different situations to be used. Next. And what are the common vulnerabilities we have? So we have around nine common vulnerabilities. There may be many, but few are on the screen, right? So first one is the broken access control. Access, we try to give access permissions, right? So that's about the broken access control. Second is weak passwords. Third is privilege escalations. Fourth is unpatched software. Next is open ports. Next is misconfigured servers. And next is insecure APIs. Next is publicly exposed storage buckets, etc. And so on. Right? So these are the common vulnerabilities we have it in our uh, term in cybersecurity. Okay. Next. So let's get into the core part of our course, right? So what is a security? Why do we need security? Okay. What's the importance of security? First, we will try to understand what is security, and let's get into understanding or getting into the information related to security, need of security. Okay. So what is security here? If an attack is an attempt to break in, security is everything we do to prevent, detect, and respond to the attempt. Simple, right? So attack is an attempt to break in. What do you mean by security? Security is everything we try to prevent, detect to that attempt, or we try to respond to that attempt. Right? So this is about security. We have a formal definition also. Security is a set of policies, techniques, and practices used to ensure that information and systems remain safe and trustworthy. Right? So security is all about protection. We protect data, we protect networks, we protect devices, we protect applications, we protect softwares, etc. Okay, right. So exclusively, our course is about cyber security. Let's understand what is the cyber security, what it means by cyber security. Cybersecurity is the protection of information assets by addressing threats to information that is processed, stored, transported by inter-networked information system. Right? Next. So, the word cyber. What do you mean by cyber? What it refers to? Cyber refers to anything related to computers, networks, the internet, or digital technology. Okay. And next important term we have is cyberspace. What is cyberspace? Cyberspace is the virtual world created by computers, networks, and the internet where online activities happen. Okay, it's a virtual environment where online transactions or online activities that happen. Next, what is the need of security, especially? So, need of security includes what? Cybersecurity helps prevent unauthorized access, theft, or damage to this data. It also protects systems, networks, software, and hardware from misuse. This is the first need of security, right? Likewise, you have some more needs of security. Okay, why security is important? Because of these factors. Strongly secured ensures systems keep running without interruption. It reduces downtime, financial loss, and damage to reputation. Governments creates laws to protect and user data and privacy. Personal information like passwords, bank details, and medical records must be kept confidential. Security measures protect individuals from identity theft and fraud. And there are many cyber threats like malware, phishing, ransomware, and hacking. Cyber security tools detect and prevent these attacks. Right? Next, the important aspect in our course is about 7 layers of cybersecurity. So we have 7 layers protecting what? Mission critical assets. And the core part is the mission critical assets. It is about the data. Okay, mission critical assets relates to what? Data. So we are trying to protect the data, and in the process of protection, we have 7 layers. Suppose if one layer is being compromised, the other layer gets into action. Okay, so the first layer is what? The first layer is the human layer. Second layer is the perimeter security. Third is the network security. And fourth is the endpoint security. Fifth is the application security. And sixth is the data security. Okay, so we have 7 layers of security protecting mission critical assets. Next, and what are the key areas of security? So we have information security as a key area, cyber security, network security, application security, system security, data security, cloud security, IoT security, and database security. So these can be termed majorly the key areas of security. Next, so key cyber security terms. Right. So we have already understood about the vulnerability. Right. What is the vulnerability? Vulnerability is the weakness in a system, a weakness or a flaw or error in the system. Next is what? Next is about threat. What do you mean by threat? Threat is something that can cause harm. Okay, it causes harm. In other words, I can term it like it's a possible danger where attack has not been reported yet, but it creates a possible danger and try to analyze the risk of it. Okay, so this can be termed as a threat. Next is exploit. Okay, so what is exploit? A trick or a tool used to take advantage of the weakness. What is weakness here? Weakness is the vulnerability. Okay, we are trying to exploit, we are trying to take an advantage of the vulnerability, and we are trying to attack, we are trying to where the attack is being reported. Okay. And next, what is an attack? When harm actually happens. That's an attack. Attack where it is being reported. It is being performed. Next, what is risk? How likely damage is and how serious it could be. Okay. What is the severity of the damage? What is the severity of the attack? Okay, that's about the risk. Next, so what is threat here? Threat is a event, situation, or action that can create risk and cause loss, damage, or unavailability of an asset, process, or plan. So threats are risk causes. So you have a cause there, you have the source, and you have the risk over there. Okay, so risk relates to what? Risk relates to the impact of the damage, impact of the attack. Next, so what are the examples of common threats often faced? So here is the example. First is the phishing threat, ransomware threat, malware, DDoS threats, social engineering threats. Okay. Next. Next is how to detail the threat, how to report a threat. Okay, we have some format here. First one is a threat ID, we have to specify, and the description of the threat, impact of the threat, likelihood, the probability of occurrence, and mitigation measures. Steps to reduce or manage the threat. So this is about the detail of the threat or the description of the threat. How do we format, or how do we try to document a threat based on few factors? Okay, so this completes our the first part, that is about the fundamental concepts of cybersecurity. In the later part of the session, we will try to understand about the security model, how we try to build a security model based on a CIA triad. Okay, so until then, have a nice day. We'll meet you in the next session. Thank you.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe VNR Digital Learning Resource YouTube channel.